was awful.
I was like, what is this? How?
Hey guys, we're talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender, the entire universe, and just having a quick discussion about it. So yeah, this is Kevin here. You can find him on Fair Off Dragonoid YouTube channel, and on Facebook. Kevin Violence, right?
Yep.
Cool. All right. But yeah, The Last Airbender, I think it's like the best movie of all time. All right. No, I'm sorry. Worst movie of all time.
It's actually freaking bad. I can't say anything good about that movie. Watching the series was the best thing ever. And then I figured out that I find out that they were having a movie. They had all these trailers, made it look cool. They got all these characters. And then I'm like, okay, well, it's made by Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon's track record had been pretty solid, right? Because, well, as much as there wasn't much of a track record because, of course, you had SpongeBob, and SpongeBob had been the perfect interpretation of a movie format of SpongeBob. Nickelodeon movies in general had these adventures with their movies. Rugrats had also been a good movie.
Yeah.
So, jumping into Last Airbender, it's like, there should have not been a bad movie out of this.
Right, because that was one of their best series.
Right.
Everybody loved that series on there, and it was like, we can get money out of this. Let's make a movie. So they made a live-action movie, and everything is different.
Yeah, I remember.
Aang was named. His name was
Ong.
For some reason.
God.
I'm like, wait, why is his name Ong?
Jesus Christ.
His name was Ong. Then we have Katara. I'm not even. What did they call her?
No, it was Katara. It was Katara, but it was like.
Sokka was named something else. Suka.
Remember, it was so awesome.
I'm like, why are they changing the names? So they changed the names of the characters.
And they were all white, but
Right, I'm like,
no, but
weren't the Water Tribe people supposed to be black?
No, well, they were natives, but I remember seeing the trailer in back. I don't know what movie I was watching, but like I remember seeing the trailer, and when he took the thing off, whatever it was, the hood. His hood off, and like it showed the arrow, and then the title "The Last Airbender" came up. I was so excited. I was like, hands down, I was ready for this movie. I mean, we saw the entire series grow, right? We saw book 1, book 2, and book 3, and book 4, and all of them just going so well. The interpretations were just solid. I don't think there was like the level of comedy with Sokka was awesome. Aang was just this adventurous boy that just He had no idea, of course, about it. It just, there was so much to love about this series. And that movie, I mean, all it had to do, well, it had a lot on its plate, I guess. Because they're trying to put all of book 1, and book 1 was like, I think, multiple episodes. Like, I don't know how many episodes per season there were, but still, like, they could have still hit the bullet points. And there were so many issues with it. Yeah. Like, for example, like we were talking about the metal boat that they should have been on. It's like...
that one episode, I'm not sure if we're skipping book 1 or like into book 2 or something, but there was the episode in Avatar where the Earthbenders were captive on a metal boat, like a metal giant ship, and there was no earth for them in miles for them to bend, to get off, or to fight for themselves or anything.
Right, that's what made it suspenseful.
And, Katara goes there, she starts the revolution, got them coal, and they were bending that, and they freed themselves. Watching the movie, they're on land. Like,
you're Earthbenders.
You're Earthbenders.
Get this straight.
Defend yourself. You're on land. You cannot be beaten on land. You guys are strong. So, this whole thing with Katara going in there, giving a speech was unneeded. Because they were already on land. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? This movie was supposed to be the thing that everybody was going to be like, yeah.
It's
and they messed
so
it
weird.
up.
It's so weird to see how messed up it was. Because, like, I remember, like, this was one of the first movies when, and I was like, I don't know when it came out, like 2010, I think, was when it came out. Like,
I'm sure, yeah.
Like, I was, like, a young, like, I was, I guess, a preteen, so... Like, this was one of the first movies where I was like, that was terrible. Like, I hadn't really come out of movies like, this was bad, ever. And
I'm so glad I never paid to go there. We actually rented the DVD.
Right.
We rented the DVD and we was like, what?
Like, my
mother's a huge fan of, like, the Avatar. And she was actually like, if I actually went to the theaters and paid money for this, I would have went to his house and burned it.
So you guys watched the whole thing?
Like, we literally watched the whole thing. We was like,
if I had it on DVD...
Because we was just critiquing the mess out of it. Because, like, it was bad.
Yeah, no,
And then they brought in Zuko. Then they brought in Zuko, and I was like, okay, but his name wasn't Zuko; it was something else. And I was like, wait, what's going on here? Why, like, wasn't he supposed to be like a white dude or something?
It felt like he felt more like a lot more whiny. Well, then again, he was whiny in the first season, but still, it was like the characters just didn't feel like they were portrayed as well as they could have been. The story just didn't feel as strong, and there were a lot of issues that I had with the movie.
And then the most killer part for me, like at the end of the movie, was when they introduced what was her name? Azula. They introduced Azula, but Azula didn't come in, I think, until book 3 or book 2. Or between book 3 and 4, I think.
Right.
One of those. But she didn't come in until later those. And why introduce her so early into book 1?
Right.
I was like, what is this movie doing?
Right. I don't.
And then they're further going to make a number 2. Now,
of course, we have confirmation, but it looks as if like Shyamalan is pretty hesitant on working on this because apparently, I mean, he's had a good track record. He's coming back slowly. He has his newest movie. I think it was like not The Visit, but The Visit or something. Some movie. I saw it, really good, really fascinating. Had another Shyamalan twist to it, but the thing about Shyamalan, right, is that he really damaged the Avatar brand. He did something that I cannot say can be fixable. And I can see why he's going to be hesitant, because he's going to work on another movie before he even gets onto this. So it looks like this won't be coming out until 2020 if they actually feel like jumping into the Avatar universe again. I think Avatar might be at a point where they might as well just go make a new animated series and then make a movie out of that animated series before jumping into the next book of the old Avatar that we all love, but it's like that's been a while. That's back almost a decade now.
Yeah, I feel like they messed up on that. But if they just gave it to another director that really, really actually loved the series and have a soul,
that could do it.
That could actually create
Avatar by Michael Bay.
No. That will never happen. That will never happen. Well, I mean, if he could actually do a good job with it, then why not?
I found an avatar.
Boom! Explosion. But like,
explosions in ice. How did that happen?
I'm just like, I don't know. It's just happened. But like, actually, no, that explosion when he came out of the ball of ice could be a thing.
Oh man,
that could be a thing.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Michael Bay just flavor it up. You know,
just have like bays just on every side. Megan Fox on every side of the explosion. And
like okay, but like, you know, he gotta flavor that up. But I'm just saying, like, just give it to like a different director, so people won't have to come and go after him and just hurt him.
Right.
Because I feel like, you know, if he continues where he's going right now with this, and he continues to mess it up any further,
give it a new director. You know,
people are going to go after him, and I'm just saying,
I think right now what they probably should be doing is going into the Korra. I think that you saw, like, you guys tried it with Avatar. Just jump into Korra.
I mean,
I think that there's some elemental. The thing about Korra is, and we'll talk about it in a second here. I didn't like Korra as much as Avatar because they went into different, almost a completely different genre where like they started getting all this romance and they went into different things and it just didn't feel like there was a rush to Avatar where it's like you have to get there by Sozin's Comet. You had these deadlines and they were immediate. They were moving. Taking their time, they took their time with Korra, and it just didn't feel as, I don't know, something about it just didn't feel as exciting as the first Avatar. But I still think that it could be a better movie format because of the romance and because of the other points that they had in that series.
And I can't argue with that or argue with you on that because the thing is, they're in a city-like element. It's been years since...
Say, right?
Yeah, it's been like years since, you know, the old Avatar. He's died now. Aang has died, and now it's Korra. So Korra's here now, and they're like in a city-like element, you know.
Yeah.
It would be better for them to do a movie on it because, like, we have a city type thing going on.
Right,
but their city's sort of more steampunk.
They have a very steam. It was a very. I love and hate Korra's universe because it gives us this new grounded steampunk universe in Ba Sing Se. What I wanted though was a
I don't think it was Bond Sensei.
Was it? Was it?
I don't think it was Bond Sensei. I think it was like a whole different area. Like it was the capital.
The capital, okay.
Yeah, it's the capital. It's like where every bender can go together in this one area.
Cool.
It's not just.
I haven't followed Korra that much to.
I only watched like a few episodes, but because I didn't have internet at the time, I couldn't.
You just couldn't follow.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, it's cool. My teacher, Miss Hoffman,
she's
falling into that.
She loved it. I remember
she loved it. I was like, well, there has to be something I'm missing here, because if she liked it, then what am I missing?
There was just a lot more drama, I think. The cool thing, Avatar didn't really have that much in terms of romance until the final season, I would say. You looked at Zuko and that love triangle between Zuko and or what was thought of as a love triangle between Zuko and
Korra.
And, no, Katara.
It was of course, yes.
Katara
it was
and
Zuko, Katara, and Aang.
And so. I shipped Zuko and Katara. I thought that could actually work, even though obviously Aang made more sense.
Yes.
Even though he's 100 years old. But,
he's like 112. Get that right.
Jesus Christ.
112.
Okay. But
oh shit.
But yeah. Anyway, there just wasn't that there was romance in Avatar, but it just wasn't as prevalent as the idea of like drama and romance, and there was still, and I can't say Korra's all about that because there's a lot of action and there's still some fast-paced moments, but it just didn't feel as.
But like I feel like they just kind of threw it in there in the Korra's universe. They just threw it in there because like, hey, the old Avatar had it. Let's throw it in there. But with the old Avatar, what it did was romance kind of creeped its way into the series.
Right. It felt natural.
It felt it was like the process like everyone goes through. You got to get to know each other. Then you grow the feelings. You're friends. And then, it just goes on from there.
Yeah,
it goes on from there.
The ship will sail, but you got to build it first,
like these, like it was kind of thrown in there because I say this because like Korra had met this guy who was on this he was on this team, and it was just like, boom, they just met each other. Now they just got on a team together because, hey, she's the Avatar. She can bend all these other stuff. So like, why not? She can join the team. And then all of a sudden they just start throwing in romance and stuff. I'm like, well, what's going on? You guys just met each other. You just met each other. What are y'all doing here?
Yeah. I think that there were a lot of things that Korra had that Avatar didn't. There were a lot of things that Avatar had that Korra didn't. But they both kind of Korra tried to blend in. I think that there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of difficulty with trying to be as good as an original. But I just, there were moments where you look at Avatar, right, and Sokka's first romance with the moon.
I think her name
I'm not. It's been years, guys. Don't hate me on the internet here. It's been years. But,
well, we can just put it on the screen when we find it.
Right.
The thing is, she, what was her name? Was like, don't hate me. I think her name was like.
If you Google search, it says Sokka's moon girlfriend.
That's crazy. But what was her name?
It doesn't.
I just call her Yuki.
Yue.
Yue. See, I was right. It was with a U. Okay. All right, so it was Yue, and then like she gave her life back to one of the water spirits.
Right.
And it was one of the koi fish, and she became part of that.
Exactly.
And now she's in the moon.
She's in the moon.
Yeah, so she controls all the water. She can just like, oh, that's my old boyfriend. Oh, he's cheating on me. Wait, but yeah, I'm just saying like, and then. His new girlfriend.
Like, it all felt... The cool thing is it all, like we talked about before, it felt natural, right? Like, there was no rush to any of that. It was slow and steady, and the progression was solid, right? It didn't feel meshed in. It didn't feel awkward. There was... Well, it probably did at times, because I need to rewatch it fully. But the ideas that the original Avatar did, whether it was action, whether it was... love or whatever it was, because like there are moments in Avatar where it's like I remember in terms of action and suspense and just all build up, right? That moment where it's like Ba Sing Se, the wall, when the wall
was supposed to be like the most immovable wall ever,
and the Fire Nation has that drill, like that was that was a moment where I was just like, man, that
and they finally
took a lot of action elements, took a lot of That was a solid moment. You had the moment with the
They had a little recon thing where they were trying to destroy the drill.
Right.
And they failed. I think they failed, and then they just got in. They got in, and they're like, "Oh well, shit."
Yeah, it's like the good guys don't win all the time. That I think there's some high points in Avatar where it's like you can look back. Well, you can look at that finale too. It just with all the airships and the battle. I'm losing it right now because it's just so exciting. But Avatar was a very solid universe, and I do wish that they go back to it. I really think that they should jump back into it, whether that is going into a prequel story where it's like you go into the beginning of the Fire Nation, or you go into Zuko's story, you go into anyone's story. You go into anyone's story or someone new, or you go into the older Avatar story, right? I would love to see something like that where they just
one of the past generation avatars, like Avatar Roku.
Yeah,
Avatar Roku was the fire.
Exactly.
Avatar, and they went in. They kind of told you the background story about him and how he died and stuff, which was, I think, that was cool.
Really, it was cool, but we'd love to see some more stuff.
We wanted to see him more as he progressed. Now they did show us some other avatars before Avatar.
Of course, there was that one episode where he goes into the shrine or whatever it is, and all the avatars are surrounding him, and and he's trying and Aang is Aang is trying Aang is trying to discuss the
he's trying to
he's talking to them, trying to find the best possible way to, I think it was to kill the Fire Lord, right? That wasn't it?
Fire Lord Ozai.
Yeah,
he was trying to find the best solution to defeat him without killing him.
Right, and
but the old avatars kept saying, just kill him.
Right.
They were like, forget it. Like, what's her name? Avatar.
Even the one that was so peaceful, like, right? It was like, we're going up and we can't. There's no point anymore. You have to go and kill him.
Right. Even the peaceful guy, the Earth Avatar, right? I think her name was Kyoshi, because she have an island to
I remember
her, and he had asked her, and she had told him, she was telling him how, I had an enemy, similar to what your enemy was, and I split the earth open, and he fell in there, and he died. So that was it. And she's like, I killed him, so kill him. I was like, damn, they're all telling him to kill him. And Avatar, then they even went to the fire Avatar, which was like Roku, right? Roku.
I can't.
Avatar Roku.
I wish I was.
He was like, he's the peaceful guy, right? He's not peaceful, but he's like the wisest guy, and he's like the most guy that will give you sense. And he was like,
sorry, man,
you gotta kill him. I was like, God damn. He even went back to avatars that we haven't even seen him talk to, and they were just like, I did this in my time, and da-da-da-da, kill him. They were all literally telling him to kill him, and he was like, he didn't want to do that until he talked to a turtle, like a giant sea turtle.
I think that discussion, right, makes Aang's character so much stronger in that he didn't have to kill. He didn't kill the Fire Lord at all. He took away his bending. He took away his bending, and that was probably one of the best endings that you could have had in terms of a story, right? Where it's just like, everyone's telling you to do this, do the complete opposite. Or not the complete opposite, but you find another way. Like, he was soul searching, looking for any possible way not to, and he found his own way to do it. And he was, like you said, talk to that giant turtle thing. That creeped me out one episode. That creeped me out.
Yeah, it was like a giant turtle dragon, and I thought
it was a lion.
Oh, turtle lion?
Wasn't it a lion in the face?
I think it probably was it probably was a turtle lion, but in some cultures that's actually like a sign of wealth. But he talked to him and he was like, you can do this and that, and you can probably just take away his bending. And he's like, wait, you do what? Take away his bending. So he did, and they bring that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
they bring that back. They bring that back into the new series where Korra's first enemy had the ability to take away people's bending.
Right.
But technically he did, but he also didn't, because he was using blood bending to do it. And I was like, well, that's pretty damn cool that you could use blood bending to get rid of somebody else's bending, which was never done in the old series. They did introduce blood bending, but they never
done in that regard.
Took it that far.
Right.
To the part where, you know, the Avatar could gain an ability from the turtle line, and, you know, they were like, oh, just give it to this guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, but only the Avatar can get that ability to take away somebody else's bending. And he was like, oh, well, I have it, so it's not that special anymore. So I was like, well, dang.
Yeah.
And, you know, Korra defeat him, but in the midst of losing, water, fire, and earth, she got wind.
Yeah.
So she was able to wind bend finally. Yeah. I was like, that was kind of crazy how that was like, you know, airbend. That was kind of the hardest thing for her to do.
And she was still able to transfer it, and
that was like it's like the same thing where Aang was the airbender, and the hardest thing for him to do was earth bending. Yeah, that was like one of the hardest things for him to do because like air is go with the flow, whereas earth it's like is you have to stand your ground and
you have to move. Yeah, use force.
Use force to move your target. I'm just like, wow, I could see why that was hard for him because it's like complete opposite of what his teachings are, his airbending style.
The story told that to you and told that to viewers, explained it to viewers so well. That's another thing that was just so great about the show is that, you know, they pushed the narrative and they pushed the explanations, but they pushed them very well. Like you talk about just the nature of earthbending, the mudbending tribe or whatever it was. That was
was kind of like that was like a between thing, like between water and earth. But like technically it was still earth because they were just moving the dirt in it, and the waterbenders could do the same thing because they're just moving the water in it. So it's
I think,
but no, they were still waterbenders. They were just like
they were just a side. They were a side.
And they had like leaves on their heads, eating giant cockroaches and stuff.
It was so stupid.
What? Yeah. I was like, what was that? But then like, you know, they just took it. They took it into like in a different direction in Korra, where like okay, they gave this guy Among, what is his name? I don't know what his name. The ability to take away people's you know, bending, and then she got her air bending, but the thing, and here's the part where it got me there, was like, she was a waterbender. Yeah. You know, she was born in the water tribe, and you would figure the hardest part for her to learn is fire. Right. But it wasn't, obviously. It wasn't. So, the hardest part for her was, you know, was air, and I was like, well, why is that a thing? That shouldn't be a thing.
But you saw
because when she started, she mastered as a child. She mastered earth, fire, and water. Yeah, as a child.
Right. But we did see in the first season of Avatar that, or the first book of Avatar, that there was a difficulty for Aang even to switch over from wind to water. But that might have just been because of the fact that it was his first
time doing it.
Yeah, his first trying to adjust. I guess this conversation's kind of wrapped up at this point. So this is topic 1 of, I want to say, a new Tech Gaming podcast. So yeah, all right.
Peace.
What are we gonna start with? Man, okay.
Pizza.
We'll get food eventually. Huh?
Hungry.
Okay. You hungry, man?
Yes. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'll make. I have some ground turkey in the. Okay, I might make some burgers then.
All right, cool.
I make some burgers and.
You know, just the other day I was grilling.
Cool.
I was grilling the other day.
Cool. What'd you make?
I grilled chicken and hamburgers.
Jesus.
And you know how Burger King likes to flame broil?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of because the fire just kept coming up, so I kind of flame broiled the chicken and the burgers. The burgers came out delicious.
Nice.
And so everything was just fresh.
Cool.
Delicious.
Yeah.
And I can barbecue better than the guy who bought the grill, and all he does is constantly burn stuff. How do you burn it? Stay there.
Just watch it and then flip it.
He's just everywhere.
Check it.
But we're having a whole conversation about something.
Yeah, no, that's how.
Nothing to do with this.
I mean, that's how it starts, right? I mean, yeah, guys. Hey, we're back again talking about Call of Duty: Infinite Warfare versus Battlefield 1. Now, E3 is coming up, and this guy's gonna be with me doing some coverage of it. Day Zero.
Fair off Dragonoid.
Yep.
Kevin Volinis here. You can find me on Facebook.
Yep. And find him on YouTube as well.
And YouTube. Fair off Dragonoid.
Yeah, we'll be talking about E3 stuff, but these two will be big stablemates in the E3 conference. We'll just have a discussion about it and talk about the trailers and the hype toward either or. Now, Call of Duty, we saw that trailer. That's the bigger runner-up here. Black Ops 3 just came out last year. Really excited about that. People got excited about Black Ops 3. Broke sales records again. I think it got Call of Duty out of that sales lump that they were in for a while. And now we have Infinite Warfare. What do you think about it so far with its trailer?
Well, okay, with the trailer, I got blown away, and because I think they're introducing a new implement that they haven't really put in to Call of Duty for a minute now. They have what do you call it? Air battles.
They have aerial combat at this point now.
Yeah. So now they're actually adding in aerial combat, and I excel in aerial combat because growing up as a kid, that's all I used to play is like old aerial games, like dogfights.
Yeah.
And so.
Wait, did you play Ace Combat before?
Yeah, I think a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, I have 5 on PS2 if you want to check it out.
All right, cool. But even at Dave and Buster's, when I went over there and I saw that dome, I was like, I gotta do this. And I just got like the highest score ever.
Cool.
But it's really not like when they added that in there and then they went into space, I was like, oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, if people because like I kind of suck, but I'm like average in Call of Duty. Right. But like when it comes to the skies,
it's
just they just can't take me. So like I'm just saying like since they added that could just changed everything because like say okay you're in multiplayer and
do you think this will be multiplayer?
I hope this will be a
So
multiplayer. I really do because like okay they can't just add something in. And only for the story mode and not add it into the multiplayer.
Right.
Because I'm just saying, like, okay, say I'm getting wrecked on the floor, getting wrecked on ground. So I'm like, all right, to the next round, they should do it like you go from the air, get your thing, and go in there and just wreck people. And the other day, this is a different topic.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah. PlayStation All Stars had a character in there called Emmett.
Yeah, and he had
his own game called Starhawk. So I was playing Starhawk, and the aerial combat was.
You're just such a fan of aerial combat. You really want Call of Duty to go into this direction. Now as you know, I love Modern Warfare. I love the Modern Warfare series. I didn't really keep track in terms of like playing Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, the newer, more advanced sort of gameplay styles because of course. At a certain point, they started going into the jumping on walls and the sort of hovering around the jetpacks, and that kind of lost me there. I'm excited about the whole sci-fi idea. It looks really cool, looks really good. I hope that it goes into multiplayer. I hope there's a dogfighting area. There was some commenter actually that had said Call of Duty has more space battles than the new Battlefront does, and that's actually true because there are no space battles in the new Star Wars Battlefront.
Dang.
So,
and thinking about it, the whole sci-fi deal, the old Battlefront did it all. Really, They technically did it all except for all the running on the walls and stuff. They did the jetpacks, they did the blasters and stuff. Yeah, the old Battlefront. The old Battlefront did jetpacks.
Yeah.
And so now that Call of Duty is doing it, it's like, it's kind of weird.
It's odd that Star Wars or that EA never implemented that into their gameplay narrative. Yeah, it's weird. I'm really excited about. Well, I'm not too excited. I don't know. I don't feel really excitement about Infinite Warfare because it just feels like, except for the sci-fi portions where you're going into space, it does not feel very exciting. The game itself looks like the same, right? You're going into a war, and it looks like, okay, well, you could have Advanced Warfare, you got a Black Ops 3, very similar, right? And I want them to get out of the whole jumping on walls, jetpack kind of thing. I want them to go back into the basics. That's just me because I'm a huge classic Warfare fan.
Yeah.
I'm not really much of a newer generation Call of Duty fan. And I think that and if you saw on the YouTube channel here, there's a huge dislike ratio for this. Look at this. 2 million people dislike this trailer because it's just the same. I don't know why. I mean, like, that's a lot of outrage, but still.
I mean, I see why people hate it, and this is just me. I play all the old Call of Duties. I like playing the old Call of Duties. The only time I played one of the newer ones was Advanced Warfare,
right?
Because I just played it on my friend's system, and we just played co-op campaign, which was like, it was cool.
Yeah, it's just
like the new technology, the newer guns and stuff like that. It was like. It bring the new flavor to
it added a new flavor, yeah.
Yeah, it added a new flavor, and then Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I haven't touched that yet.
Right.
I don't even own it, but like my friend has it now, so I might be able to
check it out and give it a chance to see what
give it like just in my point of view, see how it is. But before I judge a game, I like to at least attempt to play it and play it through in a way just to fully understand the game and just say, okay, this game is bad? No. Do I hate the idea that it's all sci-fi technology and stuff?
No. Well,
I mean, some people
depends,
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, some people hate it, but for me, I kind of like all that new technology stuff because that's where, not the technology warfare is what I want society to go towards, but I'm just talking
sci-fi modes where it's aerial combat, that sort of thing.
Yeah, people flying cars and stuff like that. We all want that, and cleaner fuels and stuff. That's why I like when they take it into those sci-fi technology type thing roles, because that's where I want to see society go towards, not just using technology for war, but as making everything cleaner, better, more efficient. But that's why I like it.
Yeah, one of the when it comes down to gameplay, I think this is really short-sighted in terms of, because this isn't a gameplay trailer, but I think that a majority of people, if it comes down to gameplay, know that Call of Duty has the best in terms of gameplay, and that gameplay has always delivered from this franchise. This game, however, came out in a time where people were expecting a classic warfare title. People were like Black Ops 3, people like Advanced Warfare, but as you'll see, if you even scroll down to the comments here, the majority of fans are looking at Call of Duty we just want some bare bones warfare. We don't want the additional stuff. And they could go into space. You can do all the space stuff. I think they're just looking for, when it comes down to multiplayer, because multiplayer is key in Call of Duty. They don't want the jumping around like Titanfall. They just want and just like myself, I would just want the down to earth, door grenade. I mean, we remember playing on PS3, Modern Warfare 2 and 3. Those are they're just a lot of fun. They're just simple. Okay, the controls are easy to understand. You're not jumping around here and there. It's right there on the ground. And I know that there was a time for evolution, and people like the evolution. Advanced Warfare sold very well. People liked Advanced Warfare because of its new gameplay modes. However,
in Advanced Warfare, I don't mean to cut you off, but in Advanced Warfare, it's you're not really doing so much as wall running, but you're just boosting, basically. So it's still bare bones, because you can still melee punch somebody and it's always a one-shot kill. And you can just go in there. You can run knives if you really want to, like the old style gaming play. And you can just jump. You can. People said that you can't do old style gameplay because you're going to get murked in there, but that's not true. You can literally just go in there and play. It's just a small learning curve. You just go in there and just play how you usually play. It's the only thing. The only thing is now that people can jump from one part of the roof to the next part of the roof.
Exactly.
And use their boost jump to get over the next obstacle and probably get an advantage over you if you don't know
if you're
what you're doing.
If you're not paying attention, then you will get schooled. You'll get schooled in that. I think that's one of the reasons why people just dislike the newer Warfare modes. But like you said, it just comes down to a learning curve, understanding the game itself.
Yeah, but used to it. As far as Black Ops 3, I like the story of Black Ops 3, but the wall running and stuff is I like parkour. I like parkour, but they're Well, it made sense for them to do some wall running, because as soldiers they have to be able to build up their physical strengths and be able to do certain things that other people might not be able to do. So
Right.
certain stuff like as wall running, I can see that happening. But as far as replacing certain body parts with robotic parts to do other things, like basically they were doing
Cyborg style.
cyborg type stuff, and now they just added a whole bunch of other things because Black Ops 3 is supposed to be in the future, right?
Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare are all set in the future, I believe, past 2030, or
Okay.
at least past 2030, and then I don't know how far in the future, but I know it's past 2030 at least.
Okay, because they have soldiers doing, and these are supposed to be soldiers, like professional soldiers and stuff. They have them doing the Dougie, not the Dougie, the Nene,
Yeah.
Dab. I'm just saying,
come on,
what are they doing here?
Yeah, we talked about this a couple hours ago, where it's just these of all things, why would they be doing this in in the
why would
future?
you do that? I mean, it's old. Shouldn't y'all be doing some sort of new victory dance that's somewhat representable by Army?
Yeah, but going back to Call of Duty, actually, when you compare that to Battlefield 1, I know that Battlefield has always been kind of second fiddle to Call of Duty. There hasn't been a huge jump on bandwagon until at least Battlefield 4. When that came out, people were kind of excited until it was broken. But overall, Battlefield has always been second fiddle to Call of Duty. At this point, however, people are very excited about the new Battlefield 1 trailer. It's set in World War I. You have a lot of different gameplay styles. One of the issues I have with it, however, I'm really excited because this is World War I. It's something that no game is really charted into. One of the problems that I have with it is I can't trust DICE. DICE promised us a good Battlefront, and they didn't deliver. DICE promised us Battlefield 4, and it was buggy. So at the end of the day, Battlefield 1 looks like a very intriguing game. It looks very exciting. It looks like it's going to be very fun in a war that we have not really discovered and gone into yet. But it just does. And trench warfare is going to be really interesting, and I'd love to see how that feels online. But I just don't know how they're going to, if they're going to screw up, because they just had a track record of doing that.
Well, now I don't know. I kind of liked it because it, like you said, it's going into places where people haven't tried to put into a game before,
Right.
And I also like it because it's the bare bones combat. They're using short shovels as melee weapons, to take out enemies and stuff. They got little gas masks, and they're doing a little bit of aerial combat in there.
Yeah.
Because the
greatest hits of World War I, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing all of that, and I feel like this will be a great storyline. Probably take out Adolf Hitler in there.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be a thing.
World War II.
That's World War II.
Yeah.
Oh dang. Well,
either
if
or.
this game is successful, if this game is really really successful,
they're going back into World War II probably. Once this game hits, because there's just you'll see this 447,000 like it compared to this. You see the ratio of dislike for Call of Duty. However, Battlefield 1, look at that, 1 million love it. They're only it's almost pretty much opposite. There's a flip when it comes down to the dislike ratio. Battlefield 1, people are excited.
It takes it back to the roots, the regular roots that
we haven't been to before.
Right. And the thing is, okay, when you're in an old style game, you want to try to flavor it up with your own type of thing. You don't want to just be able to instead of just walking around the map, I can cut through by wall running and then jumping off over there, and I caught them by surprise. Well, if you just had the regular whole map and nobody was paying attention, you could just walk around and catch them by surprise anyway.
Yeah, with Battlefield 1, it looks like it's just going to be... one of the things that we've seen with Call of Duty, or just shooters in general, if you pay attention to even Call of Duty, just in particular, you notice that there's a sort of saturation point for fans and just the fan momentum in terms of interest. Call of Duty had its best numbers in the Modern Warfare Black Ops days, where it was just basic warfare, nothing too crazy. And at a certain point, people were like, all right, Modern Warfare 1 or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, you had Modern Warfare 2, 3, and then you had Black Ops. And then at Ghosts, what happened? People said, we're tired of this, we want something new, can you change it? At Ghosts, that's when you saw the shift, right? Advanced Warfare had new gameplay styles, and then Black Ops 3 had new gameplay styles. Now at Infinite Warfare, what's happening again? People are tired of that, so they have to shift over, they have to change it again. DICE did it, except in this year. That's why people love it, because they did it at a time when Call of Duty didn't. They did it earlier, and because of the fact that they have the shift, people are probably going to be interested more in this game. For the first time, you're going to have Battlefield kind of jump over sales of Call of Duty. I have a text.
Yeah, and
Formally endorses, but yeah, well endorses Hillary Clinton. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, and where was I going to go with this? Well,
Battlefield 1.
Yeah, Battlefield 1. I feel like this is just gonna be better for people because I mean, look, like I'm looking at the trailer and like you're riding through the deserts and you know you're in a ship, you're in the actual airplanes manning the guns while other people are on the you know people are there and look they're able to turn it now.
It's very ambitious, I gotta say.
Like they're really going through canyons and stuff. I really want to be able to do all that because like you know ride an airplane and you know just go through the little canyons and stuff and you're just shooting down other airplanes and stuff.
Right.
Because you know that's just a really good mechanic and not just to seem like I'm an air.
No, but that's your thing, right? Like if I was a racing fan, I'm a racing fan, so I will prefer more racing games over platformers as much as I like platformers. So,
I'm just saying, you know, I would like to do that now. Like it's in terms of ground warfare, it would seem like it'll also take it back to like you know
you're going ancient, you're going classic here. This is age stuff right here. It looks like the camp. It mixes between multiplayer and what looks like a campaign mode because you see cutscenes and you see all these different things and then you see gameplay styles.
Like they're putting, they just gassed the area now they're putting on the gas masks.
Yep, they have gas masks and all that stuff. But
all the old gas. They have now. There's a person in an armored suit.
Just to be that
was probably like one of the oldest versions of like the Juggernaut suit. You know? Like bulletproof.
Yeah.
You know, like a whole knight in armor type thing.
Yeah, the fact that we have tanks, aircraft. This looks like a lot more ambitious of a title than Call of Duty because I think Call of Duty it's just doing the same at this point. Where here we're getting the change like I mentioned before. But overall, what would you say? What tickles your fancy more? Is it Battlefield or Call of Duty? I know that
I'm kind of interested in both. Now, Battlefield it brings the old flavor back. I feel like I'm gonna go gravitate towards that more. But when it comes to Call of Duty, they have the more sci-fi air type thing, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna change the gameplay because I feel that people are prejudging it.
They have, because
prejudging
literally
it because like we haven't seen gameplay for like full gameplay, but they're prejudging it based on there's the robot. This is basically a different Call of Duty 3 skin.
Yeah.
They just reskinned it and changed a few programs. It's the same game. No, it's not that way. It looks like just like how Advanced Warfare is different from Call of Duty Black Ops 3. They had different styles of mobility, different things.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like they're going to change. They're going to have some groundbreaking. They're probably going to try to have some type of groundbreaking way of new movement, of faster, better movement, or probably just bring it back to the old style running. People, we don't know. They might, you know, it may still look futuristic, but they might just use the same old controls. It just looks more like better weapons, just the same old style.
Exactly.
So we don't know what they're trying to go for right now.
Right. Both for
we haven't really seen a full gameplay trailer. But now this one does have some gameplay, and I like it. I like it a lot more for that. The other one is just they're showing you all the flashy cutscenes and stuff. They're not really showing you people actually playing it. It's not in beta right now, so we don't really know.
Yeah. So what would you endorse right now? What would you go for?
I'm gonna just go for Battlefield because I've never played
World War One. That's what it's
any other Battlefield game.
You haven't played any Battlefield game yet? No, I haven't either. But I was just curious.
No, I haven't really played any Battlefield games. I feel like
what they're doing is pretty.
Since they're going back so far, I might as well
give it a try.
If this is going to be the first Battlefield game I play this one because it's going into a storyline. Hopefully that actually have a lot of good facts in there. And I'm like, well, everybody want to know about World War One, and probably a lot of older veterans and people know about World War One. But for
they're probably dead by now because
So, but probably for our new generation, we probably don't know. They probably don't know much. And
they definitely
playing a game like this.
No, there was actually, you heard the story, right? That EA initially blocked the idea of Battlefield 1 because the youth didn't understand, or they were worried that the youth wouldn't understand what World War 1 was all about.
So if the storyline introduces it,
I would like to see some more historical stuff, but I'm sure they're going to bend it a little more. I'm sure they won't go like encyclopedia history, like kind of make it bland and boring. I think they'll go.
Obviously, they're going to have to flavor it up so that we can understand it.
Yeah.
Or that the newer generations can understand.
And stay interested. I think overall, what I'd say I want to endorse is I'm in a tough spot right here because I enjoy Call of Duty. Right, I enjoy what they've done in terms of the classic games, but I cannot say that I enjoy Advanced or the newer Warfares, where it goes into this direction that just isn't that takes it off the ground mode kind of style, right? And it's cool, but at a certain point, we also see that there's a saturation point for people that are fans of the series as well that find that it's kind of just bland at this point. And while I want to trust Battlefield or I want to trust DICE, I can't because Battlefront was very limited at launch. It didn't have everything, and then Battlefield 4 was buggy and a hell. So I can't say that Battlefield 1's going to be a good game. It looks very ambitious, just like Battlefront did when they first started showing it. But at the end of the day, Battlefront didn't do what the original Battlefront did. So I can't say that Battlefield 1 will do everything that's on this thing here. I can say that Battlefield 1 looks ideally good and exciting, and that I would endorse it if DICE had the put their money where their mouth was and didn't make crappy games all the time. I think that Call of Duty at least delivers every year with something, right? You may not like it, you may not enjoy it, but it's something. And so I'm going to have to endorse Call of Duty at this point because of the fact that I'd love to endorse Battlefield, but I can't with their track record. But
now I'm probably sure that they might, since they have so much people on the bandwagon, they might be able to pull this one. They might be able to pull this one. What? I'm not saying I like what they like. Make this game actually really good.
I hope it does. No, I want them to do good.
I really do because after I've only seen some sort of gameplays of the new Battlefront. And it really wasn't what I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, it's
the old Battlefront is still today one of my favorites.
We were literally just playing it. So.
We're literally just playing it because I was like, bro,
let's check it out.
This is one of my favorite games. You got a PS2, let's do it. So we were just playing it, and compared to all the newer games, will I always play the newer games? No, I will always like to go back to the old games.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So, will this game be something I might be interested in? Will this game be everything that we're hoping it to be?
From this trailer?
I hope so.
You want it to be?
I hope so. I want it to be, and I hope so. If it is full advertisement, people are going to want their money back.
Right. Same with Battlefront.
And then Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Infinity would work. People would look at it and be like, oh, so there's not too much sci-fi futuristic stuff going on. It's just
we're gonna see a lot from both developers. EA Play is on Sunday. I think it's June 12th or 13th at their own event. The EA is not going to be at E3, but they'll have their own E3. They're going to have their own E3 style event where they do a keynote and everything. So we'll see more about that. And then Call of Duty will most likely be at the PlayStation stage as usual. So we'll get more information about those two at E3. This again has been myself, Bryan, and Kevin. You can find him at FairOffDragonoid on YouTube and Facebook at Kevin Violence. Find me at athemocracy. Guys, I'm Bryan Swan. Stay tuned for more.